All right, this is case number, excuse me, case number 25 CR 43256, the State of Ohio versus Jeffrey McDaniel. Mr. McDaniel is before the court with his counsel, Mr. McKenna. Ms. Tranter, on behalf of the State of Ohio, we're here for sentencing. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything on behalf of the state?
Yes, Your Honor. On behalf of the state, I will note that the victim is not present. She is watching on YouTube. However, she's out of state and did not come in for the sentencing. She has submitted the victim impact statement to the court for the court's review, which I know you have done, along with several text messages she wanted the court to consider. Your Honor, when we started out this case, I think her position was somewhat different than it is now, due to Mr. McDaniel's behavior and some phone calls made after the case was pled out. The victim is very concerned with his lack of remorse and lack of accountability, and she is requesting that the court impose some type of incarceration for Mr. McDaniel. That being said, I have talked to Officer Niemeyer about probation's recommendations for the case as well. I would like to put an alternative out to the court if the court is not considering a term of imprisonment for Mr. McDaniel. And I think that it would behoove everyone if we do maybe set this over again for an evaluation to see if he is appropriate for our Monday program, which would address both substance abuse and mental health needs. My understanding from the program that he was enrolled in Toledo prior to this incident is that it's more of a sober living and not necessarily a lockdown facility where he would get the level of care that he would need. So I would recommend that, or put that to the court for their consideration in doing a second evaluation. Other than that, Your Honor, I have nothing further.
Anything else from probation?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. McKenna?
Your Honor, my client's 36 years old. He does have some priors. He can read and write. I've spent time with him. We've talked. He really wants to go back to that Toledo program. We had a long colloquy when he pled. That was discussed. At the time, his mother was fine with him getting treatment there. He's not from this area. He has no ties to the area. He would very much like to go up and get treatment up there. He would like to go there and just be out of the county and get his treatment up there, Judge. That's what he was doing good there and getting good treatment there.
90 days.
And he would like to do it again. Thank you, Judge.
No misappointments, no urine analysis were dirty.
All right, Mr. McDaniel, is there anything you'd like to say before I sentence you?
Yeah, I want to say, I want to read this, but I also want to say, just to say that if you would listen to those phone calls, I called my sister.
I did.
And
I
I did
listened to
not
it.
say anything crazy to her. I didn't say anything out of the way. I asked her if she could put some money on my books, and she said she loved me and everything. And then I called her yesterday, and she got this saying that I said that I was trying to kill her and her boyfriend, but that's not what her statement even said, nothing like that. And I hung the phone up. I mean, I told her F you, but I hung the phone up. I didn't proceed to keep arguing with her because she just keeps saying I have all these problems, but you've done two different evaluations, and I was doing good there. If you got the notes from the Hill Space, you'll see that I was doing good. I was doing AA. I was going to the gym. My mom was paying for the gym. Like, we discussed this, no imprisonment. That was the whole thing. That's the reason I didn't go to trial.
Well, I never made any promises.
I know. I'm not saying you made a promise. I'm just saying we spoke to that. But now I just want to read this. I said, because they're saying I wasn't remorseful. That I wrote this because I was hoping my mother would be here. This isn't easy for me. I cried in most of this letter. Everyone here today, I bet, love their mothers as much as I do. And you would understand that I need this weight lifted, and I never want to hold this weight again in my life today. This will hopefully getting out and go to this rehab facility that they have will start me on a clean slate with the rebuild of my life and my journey with my family. First, I would like to apologize to my family and this court because time is valuable, and having to go through this when we all have busy lives is something I never want any of us to have to experience again. but I do take responsibility and my part in this disagreement that we had during the troubling time. I want to thank my mother and the courts for a chance to do treatment. I know my past is filled with mistakes, but it was in those mistakes that I found myself and have grown from each mistake. I used all the time to rehabilitate and that I've used in in ODRC and things to rehabilitate and correct most of my negative behaviors and actions with all my previous interventions. And I want to definitely thank everybody involved, the judges, the POs, and all the treatment staff. Judge Teep, you were very transparent with me. You gave me mutual respect. You allowed me dialogue, which I'm very much aware of isn't always available in these things. I did take a plea deal for several reasons. I wanted, first of all, this to be all behind us. I wanted further my mental health treatment at Hill Space, and I didn't want to escalate anything with my mother further. But admitting her son, hurt her in any way, I want her and this court to know really saddens me and hurts me to my core. I would never imagine a time that I've had to go this long without contact from my mother. She's my biggest supporter, motivator, and my superhero parent because she raised me by herself. I ask you to take in my consideration all that you've learned from me. I believe I wrote you 2 letters, and me and my family. When you make this final judgment, I hope mutually I can return home to Toledo and get the treatment I need to once and for all, and make myself proud and my family proud. More so, my mother, who I appreciate and acknowledge as one of those driving forces in my life journey and my recovery. Furthermore, I ask you to please not impose a no contact with my mother and I. To go another second without speaking to her would be too much to bear. Neither of us would be able to cope or move on if something would happen to either one of us and the last words weren't "I love you" to each other. We honestly have always been close, but we do challenge each other and we make each other better by that. We don't let excuses get in the way of our lives or our relationship, and that is our most common trait that shares, besides being resilience to life's unfortunate fury and the setbacks. I love my mother, family, wife, and children, and I hope I can go to Toledo and get the help that I was already getting and continue to do what I was doing. I don't think incarceration would help me at all. I would abide by any rules probation has. Like I said, if you check the stuff at Hill Space, I never missed an appointment. I turned in my AA slips. I had a sponsor. Everything you could do, I was doing. The only reason that I even have this charge is because I came back on a home pass. For my mom paid for the Greyhound ticket. My mom asked me to come back. She picked me up. She brought me out of treatment to go hang out with them at a family outing. If she would have never done that, this incident would have never occurred. So if you do need a no contact order or whatever you need, I just ask you let me go back to Toledo and do the probation as we previously discussed. And I appreciate your time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Court's considered the statements made here today, the purposes and principles of sentencing, the relevance, seriousness, and recidivism factors. Mr. McDaniel, before I make my findings, I'm going to make some observations first. You come across as a very tough guy, and your tone and your demeanor is very aggressive. I will say that. I think that's a fair observation. I don't know that if you're always this way with everyone, but you do have that tendency to come across that way. Your family obviously knows you much better than I do, and they certainly at this point in time have maybe changed their position from the time that you entered your plea a few weeks ago. I don't know the answer to that, but I have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation, read your letters, read some of the emails that were attached to this. Text messages. I listened to the jail call that you had with your sister. Was that yesterday's phone call?
Yeah.
And again, I mean, whatever's going on with you and your sister, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what your relationship's like.
I don't either, Your Honor.
But you were pretty rough on her. You were pretty aggressive with her. Yeah, you're looking at me shocked.
No,
I mean, I can play the phone call.
Would you please? Well, can you do the first one that we had a couple of weeks prior?
I only have the one.
Yeah, because the other one, her whole tune was different. And now I called her yesterday, and she's saying that I tried to say that I was trying to take her out of the game and not
Well,
do Lucas and all types of stuff.
And I guess from my perspective,
She's a probation officer. She's trying to set me up, Your Honor.
No.
Just like she said, the investigator.
Oh,
She
all
said
right,
she
all right.
talked to the investigator.
Stop. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I mean, I gave
would've went to trial.
Mr. McDaniel. Mr. McDaniel, listen.
fired me.
Mr. McDaniel, listen to me.
Send me to prison, man. I ain't worried about it. This is bullshit. Give me 18 months in prison. Let's run this shit. I'm not worried about it.
Why are you?
Because I didn't do nothing, Your Honor. I came in here respectfully as I can. Play the tape. I promise I didn't say nothing bad. She was blaming me for something I didn't do. If you read her statement, it didn't say nothing about me saying I wanted to kill her. She's lying. I promise.
Sir.
I promise, Your Honor.
See, this is kind of exactly what I'm talking about. This aggressive demeanor that you portray. That
I didn't do it.
Well, again, I'm not gonna revisit that because.
Okay, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
I said okay. Thank you.
So what do you want to do here?
I want you to replay the tape so the court can hear it on record.
Well,
Your Honor, we're getting far afield doing that.
Yeah.
Our
You
request-
said you would.
listen, I would agree with you. I did not hear any threats to your sister in this phone call.
I never have.
And again, I only heard the
I've
one.
only talked to her twice.
All right, Mr. McDaniel, this is how we're going to do this moving forward from this moment on. I'm going to speak, and unless I ask you a direct question, I do not need your comments. I do not need your commentary. I do not want your interruptions. Are we clear?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Anyway, it was just my observation that perhaps, and again, this is just kind of an example of how that phone call ended up with you and your sister, and we all know how the phone call ended. I did not hear any threats, but again, your denial that this event even happened and continue to deny that it even happened, even though you're saying you're taking responsibility, if you deny it happened, there were apparently, according to your sister, according to your mother, there were witnesses to this incident, and they believe that you don't remember it because you were in some kind of drug-induced event. So, and maybe that's true, maybe that's not. I am going to do what I said I was going to do. Mr. McDaniel, see this creates a problem for.
Y'all are saying stuff that ain't true, Your Honor. I drug test every week at Hill Space. I wasn't on drugs. If you read the 4 statements, they all say different things. Only one person said I committed a crime. That's why I said that this was not what it was. I take responsibility. I did not touch my mother at all. She was drunk, and they all were drinking, I promise you. There was cameras on the house. My sister's a PO. Her boyfriend's an electrician. Why weren't the cameras working? My phone was on Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was up, Your Honor. I swear to God, I just want to go home and do my treatment. I swear to God, nope, I won't speak to one of them for the rest of my life if that's what you need. But I do not need to be incarcerated any longer. I promise you, Your Honor, I'm not a risk to myself. I'm not a risk to others. I want to go get my treatment like I'm going to do. But anyways, I don't want to go be locked up anymore. I just did 15 months for something, and I wrote you the letter of what I did, Your Honor. I swear I'm rehabilitated. I go to AA every week. I got a sponsor. I work the 12 steps. I'm working a rigorous program, an honest program. I know I might come off upset. It's because I'm upset that my family is doing this to me. That's the only reason. But I respect your position. I respect these guys, and I respect the lawyer and the prosecutor. That's why I wrote you the letter, so you would understand more of a clear understanding of what they're saying and what they're doing. I don't want this going back and forth with you. I just want to go home. That's it. I promise. I'll do an ankle monitor or whatever. I'll come in. I'll video Skype. They do drug tests every week. It's 2 hours of substance abuse and 2 hours of mental health every day, followed by at least 3 AA meetings, and you're in sober living, and they have 5 different houses, and you're there with other people, and you're doing what you're supposed to do. They have peer support. They have everything they need in one thing. It's basically like River City and CCC, but I get to do my own little thing, and I get to work, and I can, do what I do and not have to be locked up. I don't like being locked up. I've been locked up my whole life, and I just finally got myself sober, and I don't want to be locked up anymore. I just want to go home, Your Honor. I just want to do what I was doing. That's it. I was clean. I passed every drug test. I went to every appointment. I went to every single thing they asked me to do, and I plan to do it again, and I will do it again with your help. I promise. Please don't, whatever, they're switching their stance for no reason. I didn't do anything. I promise you, I'm not a risk to you, them, myself. No, they live in different states, Your Honor. I don't have any money. I can't even leave the state. I can't even drive. I don't have a car. My car got stolen. I reported it. All this stuff happened, Your Honor. I was the victim of a crime and nothing happened on it. That's why I'm so upset. My car was stolen along with everything I owned. I went to Toledo. I got all my stuff back, and I don't even think they went and got my stuff. I think they let it get thrown away. $7,000 worth of stuff that I got donated to me, they got thrown away. That's ridiculous. My family, we were supposed to go see my dad's grave on Monday. Why didn't they go get my stuff? We were going to Toledo on Monday after this party. They were supposed to go to Toledo anyways. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. And now I'm sitting here and they're switching their stance and want me to go to jail now? It doesn't even make no sense. That's the only reason. It's the only reason I'm even upset at all. Because I honestly would have went to trial and I would have confronted my accuser and we could have proved beyond a reasonable doubt that I didn't do it. All the statements were different. You got the statements in front of you probably. They're all different. Only one person, an Indiana resident, said that I committed a crime. And I had previous relationships with her best friend, and she works for the state of Ohio. All her judgment is biased. She wasn't in the house. I'm pretty sure she was one of the 911 callers. I promise you, Your Honor. I did not hurt my mother at all. At all. That's why it hurts me that I'm even dealing with this, Your Honor. And if it takes me and my mom a long time to get back to where we were, fine. But I mean her no harm, and I mean nobody no harm. I want to go home and do my treatment, Your Honor. That's it. I want to go see my AA group. I want to go to my meetings.
So do you want me to set aside your plea and set this for trial? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, it depends on. I want it behind me. I got a felony record. So a felony in this county, it sucks, but it's not going to kill me. I can still get a job. I can still do what I do. I don't want to go. I don't want to really risk 2 to 8 years when I could just take the plea, like you said, and send me to Toledo to do my thing and be on probation, like we agreed. And it'll be best for everybody. I promise. You will not have one problem with me. I will do everything you ask, and every report will say that. I promise you. I just need a chance, Your Honor. That's it.
All right.
I have a home group and everything.
All right, you done?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. McDaniel, I got to tell you, you make it very difficult for me. I mean, like I started this off with, your demeanor. I have 4 deputies in this courtroom. Usually, I have 1. Because I'm sorry.
I'm fine. I'm just talking to you, Your Honor.
Well, but you get very aggressive, and I don't
think I mean to.
That's what I'm trying to get you to recognize.
Yeah, I don't mean to.
I mean, trust me. I don't
mutually.
feel threatened, because if you can get past
I
these
would
4
never
guys,
even try, Your Honor. I promise you that. I respect you more than you ever could imagine.
But my point is just your demeanor, and again, I don't think you threatened your sister on the phone call I listened to, but again, you were very aggressive towards her, and again
She was lying, Your Honor.
No, I'm not talking about what she said. I'm talking about how you're acting. That's what I'm trying to get you to recognize.
Your Honor, I said, have you ever not been able to talk to anybody? Have you ever not been able to talk to your mom? She said no. And then she went on to say, things happened because you did what you did. You said that you would take away Lucas's parents, meaning that I said that I would kill her. If I said that, why didn't she write that in the statement that she made to the police?
Okay, I'm not going to go back and revisit all this. And you keep referencing me knowing what the evidence is. I've never seen any statements. The only thing I know about this case is what you're charged with and what you pled to. That's all.
So what are you sentencing me to? If you don't know the case, how are you sentencing me?
Well, I'm holding up, and I don't know how many pages are here, but you can see how thick that is. How long ago did we do the sentencing?
What is that?
This is your pre-sentence investigation.
Oh, yeah, I took my time and did it very thorough.
As did.
And both said I didn't have a drug problem anymore.
As did court services. So you can see, this is what I'm basing my sentence on.
Okay.
So,
go ahead, Your Honor.
All right.
Going to the Monday program.
I'm sorry?
Nothing, Judge,
I'm not going to the Monday program. I'm not going to CCC. Please send me home or send me to prison, like I asked you to. I'm not doing any inpatient program at all. I'm going to Toledo Hill Space, or I'm going to prison, and then I'll do my time, and I'll get out on parole and go to Toledo, where I'm going either way. I have no problem going to prison, Your Honor. I don't want to by any means, but I want to go to the treatment I want to go to, because I won't do it if I can't do what I want to do. That's just how life is. You wouldn't do anything you didn't want to do. That's all I'm saying, Your Honor.
I do things I don't want to do every day.
Me too. I just took this case that I didn't want to. But I'll happily go do treatment in Toledo and pass every drug test, go to AA every day, go to the gym, get my life together, might even start going to church, depending on what it is. I got way bigger fish to fry than dealing with my family. This is a family affair. This shouldn't even been brought to this court. There's no injuries, there's no nothing. Promise you. Nobody, there's no injuries, there's nothing. Nobody went to the hospital, nobody did anything.
All right, Mr. McDaniel, the court's going to find that you're amenable to community control. I'm going to place you in community control for a period of 3 years, subject to the supervision of the Warren County Probation Department. You're ordered to refrain from the use of any drugs, alcohol, or marijuana. I will order you to complete substance use disorder and mental health treatment at Hill Space. You're to have no contact with Sherry Spencer. You understand there's a protection order in place as well.
Fine, Your Honor.
Okay. You have 122 days jail time credit. The court finds that you're indigent for the purpose of any fines, costs, or other financial sanctions. You're also subject to a discretionary period of post-release control, which means that if you're sent to prison when you're released, the adult parole authority may supervise you for up to 2 years. If you violate that supervision, you can be returned to prison by the adult parole authority for up to 1/2 of this court's original sentence. If your violation is that you commit another felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer. That time would run